grew up in a town of 2,500 people on the Canadian border in North Dakota. My father was a small-town business person, so was involved in entrepreneurship, if you will, from the very beginning.
Greg Page grew up in Bottineau, North Dakota. He says small-town life was mainly about serving one another.
We didn't even know what the word volunteerism was. It was just, if you don't want to play baseball in tall grass, you better bring the mower and mow the field, and you can go on to 1,000 things.
Greg's early family life centered around the dinner table. He says his dad would often share about his day at the office, but the conversation was always more than that.
The other thing it surrounded was he had a question he asked at dinner every night, which is, what did you learn today? And if you didn't have an answer, that wasn't going to work out.
And when it came to thinking about the future, Greg figured he would follow his dad into business.
I went to school in economics and accounting, and I don't remember that I ever had a deep aspiration to do anything other than that. It may have been through a lack of creativity, I don't know, but I'd always presumed I would.
Greg graduated from the University of North Dakota. One of his professors suggested he go to work for Cargill, and he did as a trainee in 1974. Over the years, Greg served in many positions with Cargill throughout the world. Eventually, he became CEO and executive chairman.
So the great part of being part of Cargill is the fact it's grown so much that the tangible net worth of the company is more than 70 times what it was when I joined.
There will be a legacy of the success that he enjoyed leading his corporation. But I think his legacy will be in the changes that he is able to bring to youth and youth organizations.
His heart for young people, his heart for being able to stay in there and hang in there and support them, even though other people may not know it, but I say it's his heart.
He gives back in every possible way, and that's what I find impressive about him.
Frankly, emulation is the reason I got involved in volunteerism. I saw other leaders who I admired doing it, and so it seemed to be expected.
He is so intent on youth and what's in the best interest of youth.
We all have so many causes we could work on. There are diseases, there are all kinds of social issues for other demographics, but I have always had the most passion for young people.
Some individuals, when you talk about time, talent, and treasure, are able to give one or two. What I'm watching with Greg is he's giving all of it. He's finding the time. His talent in leadership is being demonstrated. And the treasure side, he is supporting, and he's putting his money where his mouth is, and I find that very endearing.
Greg Page was there, and he continues to be there. And that's with advice, support, everything else, because he's committed.
I think the trick in mentoring, as I found it, was there was the temptation in the mentoring relationship either to default to my boss mode or to default to my parent mode, neither of which are helpful.
He believes every child in the community should have an equal shot.
You're a partner with this young person in learning, and they don't feel threatened by either of those personalities that they so often encounter.
He will be remembered for the man who stood by his word, who supported everything that he put his fingertip on. He will be remembered for that, and he'll be remembered as a straight shooter.
He's already written his story in business, and I think he will finish his life writing his story in youth served.
When the moment that you see that something you said 5 or 6 months ago suddenly gets repeated out of their mouths and not yours, it's like, yes. And so you have to be patient with it. It's not something that, okay, I'm going to mentor for a month and I'm going to measure how I've done. And I think we have that temptation.
The book is many more chapters, and I believe Greg's passion for youth will write those chapters in a youth-serving environment.
Be patient, stay out of boss and parent mode, and believe that it will make a difference. So I think you have to be faithful to the task.